legendary Saturday afternoon to you, Summoners, as we welcome you back here in the second day of the playoffs for the Pro Gaming Series 2017 Spring Split, powered by Bacchus Energy Drink. Drive your energy, ladies and gentlemen, and we're gonna be your shoutcasters in witnessing this amazing League of Legends action. I am Shitbu with a 1 for an I, and of course, with me once again is gonna be Amplifier, ladies and gentlemen. Lined up for you is gonna be the match for the semi-finals of our playoffs. Acclaim Empire X, Defend the Empire versus Imperium Pro Team. All hail! Ladies and gentlemen, both two teams raising their banners for the supremacy in this Summoner's Rift. What are your thoughts about this game?
I mean, I think this is a game that anyone who's been following the PGS has been waiting for. Nung Rampage 2016 pa, nagulat lang tayong lahat na biglang nanalo yung AEX sa Rampage. And ever since then, ever since that game,
everyone is left with a question.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, me personally, I've been waiting for a chance for IPT and AEX to meet again during the playoffs to find out kung sino ba talaga yung mas malakas. Kasi at Rampage 2016, we didn't really know because we didn't know, like, was IPT underestimating the underdogs? AEX probably caught them off guard. We don't know, but now we get to see really who these teams really are, considering that I think IPT probably considers them as equals now by this time.
Yes, what happened in Rampage, it's a surprise. Surprise, hindi siya statement eh. Kapag, if you wanna say who is the better team, everyone was really surprised that AEX took in that championship. And yun nga, nagkaroon sila ng chance na nagkaharapan sila sa ating regular season. Pero ang naging result, dahil 2-game series yun, ay 1-1.
Yeah.
Pero ngayon, into our gauntlets, ladies and gentlemen, makikita nyo na best of 3 series po to na magaganap between Acclaim Empire X versus Imperium Pro Team. So wala nang 1-1.
Yes.
Very unlikely na, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, kahapon nakita po natin that Imperium Pro Team made a very convincing victory. It's a 2-0 sweep against Jengski Esports, one of the new teams ng ating PGS 2017 Spring. Interestingly qualified for the playoffs. So yun nga po. So with that would allow Imperium Pro Team to get into the round 2 dito sa ating day 2 and facing AEX now the semifinals. And do take note na syempre ang nakaabang po taking the first seed ng ating regular season sa ating finals is gonna be Mineski. Okay, kung sino man naman nanalo dito sa dalawang team na to, once again, Imperium Pro Team and Acclaim Empire X will get to face Imperium Pro Team in the finals 2017 Spring Champions.
Yes, exactly. No, Mineski, they got that slot very deservingly. No?
Yes.
Sobrang ganda ng performance of this split, especially compared to last split. We were a bit afraid, they were slightly more unstable because of the roster changes and things like that, but they were eventually able to find their synergy. And now, who will face them if it's AEX or IPT?
Yes,
they will find out.
There are big questions pa nga sa Mineski when they put EXO in the mid lane. Pero with that regular season, wala nang tanong kay EXO with that kind of performance. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the game. The drafting phase for the semifinals. Acclaim Empire X versus Imperium Pro Team.
Alright, so let's take a look at the bans. Lulu, straight out being banned by AEX to take that away from Rebenga. And then there's the Elise and Rumble being banned as well. Meanwhile, Graves, Rengar, and Malzahar being banned on the side of IPT. So Lulu, champion that's been climbing up on the play rate, especially in Korea, especially as a support. I mean, especially when you have a lot of these different assassins like Kha'Zix and Rengar in the game, it does provide a lot of safety, especially for the vulnerable AD carries like Jhin and Varus here and there.
Second to Karma, actually, sa international leagues natin itong play rate kay Lulu.
Yeah, so Zilean actually being locked in first by AEX, something that both Calculated and Light are familiar with, and this is especially taken away from Light kasi nakita nga natin kahapon, Jengski versus IPT. IPT did choose, or rather Light did choose to lock in Zilean twice, and that was just the best of 3, so it was pretty much 100% pick rate for Light on Zilean yesterday. And then that's going to be Kha'Zix and Ezreal being locked in. This is something that Hate has been playing more often recently, especially with the nerfs onto Varus and Lethality. Then they respond with the Tristana. Alam naman natin na paborito talaga ni Gen V. He really does not like to play any of the meta AD carry, so it's really not a surprise. And then we see the Karma being locked in for Cannon, which he has played before, whether he was in support or in top lane.
Yes, of course. Do take note as well. There's this very, very slight chance lang sobrang slight lang. Because Endless Ace has played also Zilean.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Do take note, one of our snippets and facts dito sa ating PGS 2017 Spring is that the top laner for AEX guys, Endless Ace, never played the same champion sa ating regular season. I'm very curious what will he pick pa nga. Will he continue that streak, that kind of
14
streak?
games, 14 different champions.
So para sa game na to, but there we go. Endless Ace, top lane Zilean, because we'll be seeing an Ahri in the mid lane.
Yeah, so Ahri being locked in for Calculated again. This is something that he was familiar with in the previous split.
Yep.
So ito yung isa sa mga champion aside from LeBlanc na nakasanayan niya. The win rate is actually not that convincing.
Yes,
It's just
yes.
really something he's comfortable on. Ari in general, despite yung mataas na play rate niya siguro sa solo queue,
Mataas
in
yung
competitive-
performance, pero in competitive.
Yeah, it really just doesn't translate. But yeah, we'll be seeing Ari again this game for Calculated. I guess we weren't really surprised to see these non-meta picks, kagaya ng sinabi mo, no? And I think we've said this time and time again sa mga nagtatanong sa lagi, sino ba yung AEX na yan? Well,
Okay,
one of their major identities really is na laging comfortable picks and off-meta picks yung madalas na pinipili na ever since I can recall. And they've been around for almost 2 years, I think, in the PGS. So they've really just not been the type of team that conforms to the popular meta. They're always willing to experiment.
Yes.
And I think that's always what makes the team exciting to watch.
Yeah,
Kasi-
the team from Iloilo, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, they're the first team, I believe, that won PGS that was not from NCR.
Yes.
So
yes.
that was really a huge feat for the regions outside of
Yes,
NCR.
history.
Yeah, exactly.
History, yeah, na
So,
AEX.
I'm not surprised to see na ito na naman sila, may Tristana na AD carry.
Yun nga eh.
They're really just sticking to their identity. as a team.
Reviewing that Tristana ADC kanina, it was locked in sa early iterations,
Yeah.
early rotations ng draft ng AEX. In the instance na hindi yun kaagad tinanggal ng IPT sa first 3 bans nila.
Yeah.
You could see na, oh my God, Gen V, despite that quick break, despite that quick gap sa huling laro nila in the regular season, at ngayon pagpasok dito sa playoffs, wala pa rin baon.
Yes.
Si Gen V bago dito. Talagang Tristana pa rin. It's understandable, but that is clearly a statement that IPT has an option on tunnel visioning in this bottom lane, disable Gen V, because it's gonna be a big element sa composition dito ng AEX. You got a Zillion.
Yes.
It's not a Zillion top lane, rather.
It's actually support Zillion.
Yeah,
It's
support
gonna be
Zillion.
Oh wait, actually there's still some time
Yeah.
to switch.
Yeah,
But
let's
looking at the bans that happened that we missed out on, Poppy and Maokai being banned on the JLC, or rather targeted the JLC, and then that's going to be the Zac and the Katarina. So all of my ban predictions are actually checked in. I did predict Graves and Zac and Katarina to all be banned by IPT.
Second
and then
set.
Poppy Maokai was actually also very predictable because JLC is
Yes.
really the one who likes to initiate for IPT, and
Yeah,
these
that
are
game
his
two.
two
That game 2 was
main
very
engaging
convincing
champions.
kahapon
Yeah.
against Jexki.
Yeah, against Jengski. So these were predictable bans. The Lulu is something, I guess, that because Rebenga as a support, madalas nakikita natin, because for those who don't know, Rebenga used to be the main jungler front of IPT.
Yes.
But that was way back when. Now he's adjusted to be one of the supports of IPT, and he has had this identity of playing the somewhat mage support.
And
So
he
that's why
actually-
you see him on Zyra, on Nami, for example, and of course on Lulu ever
He
since
actually had
she
stayed, no?
Yeah.
Nag-open ang IPT with Ivalice as the support nila. Ngayon, we got Rebenga playing for the playoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be our player matchup. Siyempre, IPT AEX. Siyempre, ibigay na natin kung ano yung pinakamalakas na matchup natin. It's gonna be calculated. Top contender, madalas sa solo queue natin. Of
Yes.
course, a light, a legend in the mid lane. Both with, these stats leaning more in the sides really of IPT, except for the kill participation were Calculated, will excel against Light. Pero ayan na po, ladies and gentlemen, palagay nyo dito sa dalawang team na to, kanino kayo kampe? Do take note that this is just game 1 ng ating best of 3 series. It's very, very unlikely na magkakaroon tayo ng tie dito. Napaka-imposible mga kaibigan, and that clearly gives a statement that whoever comes out victorious sa larong ito will make a statement that they are the better team.
Exactly, and napakalaking ng effect nito kasi we are going to have the first ever International League of Legends event here in the Philippines, and whoever team wins the PGS will be the first as well in that tournament.
And do take note, ang naglalaro na lang yung chance na yun to represent the Philippines in front of the home crowd is that tigta 33% na lang yung chance of winning. It can be AEX, it can be IPT. Actually, hindi naman. Mineski has a 50% chance na. Oo, pero ayan na mga kaibigan, and we are now live in the Summoner's Rift. Gaming.youtube.com/phgarena/live. We are live as well on Twitch and on Facebook. So we want to send the biggest shoutouts to our viewers, to the Summoners. Please use the chat. Please tell us your insights. Kanino kayo nakasuporta? Sino sa palagay nyo ang mananalo? Now we are in the match. Semifinals, AEX versus IPT.
Alright, so we saw actually nagkaroon ng slight level 1 invade, trying to take advantage of the fact na yun nga medyo mahina pa yung level 1 ng IPT because they did go for a sort of mid to late game scaling composition kasi meron nga silang Victor, Ezreal, Kha'Zix. They do take some time to get scaling, so AEX, especially with the CC, I guess, at level 1, they do have the charm to work with, so they were confident to move in, try to delay Kulit a bit, but they did back off. We're having standard lanes. And I guess something you want to point out no, sa AEX na napaka-special din actually sa kanila, aside from the off-meta picks, is that they love to run mages in top. And this is something that used to be unique to Canon, pero apparently, nahawa din si Endless Ace. Kasi he also used to be the support of last split. So moving into top lane, replacing Canon in the top lane when they switch places.
So parang wala ring switch. Parang wala ring switch if you account for the general playstyle dito ng AEX. Interesting what would be the outcome nitong top lane Karma. Kasi really the meta calls for Karma to be put in the bottom lane. Lalo na sa mga pickups ngayon in the international scene. It cannot be denied na mataas ang pressure na may bibigay ng Karma against the Shen, capitalizing on her Qs and of course her range damage. Pero merong instance kasi na magkakaroon ng enough resistances si Shen in a sense na pwede niyang masunog dito si Karma. Okay. There's your jump! Genby, mga kaibigan! The place! Rather gonna go for the burst.
Oh my gosh!
For the sidestep. It's gonna be Hate 1 final. Hit the first blood given in the hands of IPT.
Well, confidence has never been a weakness of AEX. That's all I can say. Pero that was definitely a, well, I would say it's quite an overconfident play. Kasi Ezreal, again, he hit level 2, so he got the E just in time to be able to finalize the first blood. So he almost landed the kill, actually. Sobrang konti na lang, and he would have gotten it. But because the bomb exploded, it didn't kill him, and then he hit 2, he immediately was able to get revenge. So that was very unfortunate timing from AEX, and they did give away first blood to Hate. So
were they targeting Rebenga or Hate kanina?
Earlier they were targeting Hate. The bomb was on Hate, and then he was able to flash heal, and it didn't kill him just in time. So that is going to give a bit of a lead onto this bot lane.
Oh my god.
Which is actually very useful because kung tinignan mo yung junglers, Rek'Sai and Kha'Zix, Rek'Sai would have been the one who's most likely to gank first. So if Ezreal is a level up, obviously that's going to help him to survive a bit of the early pressure a bit more. Meanwhile, in top lane, again, like we expected, this mage versus tank matchup, syempre, medyo mapupush out si Shen, but again, he will eventually be able to build some of the resistances. Not that significant to CS lead anyway either.
It worked really nice for, as you mentioned nga, para kay Hate dito, yung level advantage na to. But what can be said is that there's still really lots of utility pa rin na pwedeng maibigay ang itong si Canon on this Zillion para kay Tristana. I got confused kanina. Dalawang bombs pala yung pwedeng ibagsak ng bottom duo dito na AEX on top of the time bomb of the Zillion. You have
actually
also
tatlo.
Explosive charge as well. Yes, kung double bombs ka lagi kay Zillion, of course. No follow-up, yes, of course, mula kay Tamsu dito. Rather Tamsu, no? Because of the Blaze Ban, can be said na he'll be opting on a more aggressive jungle nga on this Rek'Sai. And you can see there is gonna be the Karma, the advantage it comes to against the Shen.
Yeah.
Just because of the range and the control that she has.
Yeah, naturally pushing out the Shen. That will happen, I think, up until at least the Spectre Skull, for example, from Shen. But for now, we'll be expecting a lot of pushing out. There's the TP being used by JLC. And that does give Endless Ace a TP advantage for a while.
Pero ang weird ng setup kasi kapag nag-teleport yung Karma.
Yeah.
You don't really expect big crowd controls pag bagsak ng Karma mula sa teleport.
Hihintayin niya yung double bomb ng Zillion, and even that is not that reliable.
Yeah, there will be a little chase pang magaganap paka-teleport ng Karma dito. So, not really looking good here for AEX. Once again, Janby here. Okay, so not gonna be receiving that card control.
Siguro yung biggest concern lang, no, and I guess this has been a concern always for AEX whenever they run the double mage composition. Top lane mage, bot lane mage, not much of a front line. And you have a Tristana, for example, who needs the front line, especially when we get to those late game fights where JLC will really start moving up front, Kulit will start moving up front. I guess the only good thing is that at least si Zillion meron siya SS, so you can save the Tristana if ever the assassination comes in. It's just, in terms of team fight, no, syempre it's always scary to know that you actually don't have a proper front line aside from Tamsu.
Yes.
Pero this used to be excused. Kasi even though they never had a... Oh, wait!
Okay, jumping Tristana, ladies and gentlemen, of course, going for the bait. Ang malaking problema dito is if he receives a point blank, grasping root sa harapan, and right now, Tams is in an awkward situation. There's gonna be the flash out, and of course, the knockup on top of the taunt. Here comes the teleporting Karma. Will he make it in time? And that's gonna be IPT glowing onto the shells of Tamsu's Rek'Sai Genvi, though. Managed to catch the fly here, and you can see as well in the mid lane that the Fox will go down light, winning the first round against Calculated.
Yeah, so a lot of action
here, of course. Gonna get the double bump, crowd control. Okay, yung double bump pala nilagay kay Tristana mismo, okay. The stander, I think that comes from the grasping roots. Pero ayan, 1-3 tayo. And still, this is gonna be IPT's mid-game. Quite konting-konti lang.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so a lot just happened, but they were able to even out the bot lane trade. Karma was able to TP, so yun nga yung advantage ng paggamit ni JLC ng TP. So she was able to match the matchup, although she was quite late, but still it was a 1-for-1.
Yes.
The problem really here is at mid lane, kasi Light got a solo kill onto Ari. Although she wasn't level 6 yet that time, I believe, so it was quite understandable. Pero again, no, this was the concern, kasi Calculated used to be successful on LeBlanc nung last split, but ever since the major rework and of course the nerf
right now,
in patch 7.5, just in case you guys didn't know, we are on 7.5. So our players, they only had a single day to quote-unquote adjust to the patch, and so Calculated was kind of forced to play Ari because any other champion he was familiar with, medyo hindi na rin talaga sila viable. I mean, looking at his champion pool over the previous split, it was only Katarina that he had played most frequently aside from Ari, who both were played twice. So if Katarina's banned, LeBlanc is heavily nerfed, and all your other champions are not that viable.
The rest lost, actually.
Yeah, then what do you play? So medyo napilitan siya mag-Ari, and I've never really been confident of Calculated's Ari, even when he played him against IPT at Rampage. So I'm not very confident, and Light, on the other hand, so comfortable on Victor. It's something he has played tons and tons of times. So it is a cause for concern, especially when Light gets going in the late game. I mean, ideally, you want the Ari to stop the Victor scaling. But sadly, I don't think that's something that they can rely on. So the only thing that AEX can hope for is to get the side lanes winning so that Ari and Rek'Sai can go for the ganking and the picks.
Rather, side lanes talaga yung usapan for AEX. Kasi that's the story of a Victor if ever he gets an early advantage. That's like pretty much the mid lane in check. Victor has a very, very nice wave clear. Like, there are lots of professional teams who roll a strategy na hindi na nila inaalis si Victor sa mid lane. And that's a problem. That's the problem because there is clearly a pressure here na in the advantage na ng IPT, which leaves Calculated not to gank the other lanes. Okay? Mahirapan siya i-gank yung other lanes without sacrificing anything, or he will be pressured to at least translate every visit to a kill. Okay? And do take note na by design, itong mga champions na to ng IPT on the side lanes actually has nice kits in terms of, and again sa engaged champions like the Spirit Rush, you could just put down that Stranglethorns. Diba? Kung saan man naging Spirit Rush yung Ari na yan. And even the Shen, not really the best champion to target if you're gonna go for the side lanes.
Yun na nga yung problema kasi, again, like I said, okay,
there's gonna be the ultimate Light bringing in JLC here! Okay!
Missed by an inch.
Definitely.
And, oh my god.
Okay,
so that was...
Did not connect. The true shot barrage. Nako, muntik pa. Pero rather, it's gonna be Tamsu going down.
Yeah, so that was a bit awkward. I actually didn't know how Tamsu got ganked there, but it was probably him trying to respond. Yeah, it was definitely trying to respond to the mid lane gank, only to be spotted out by IPT because IPT does have slight control over bot lane. So they probably pushed it out, moved over to mid. They were able to get the Dragon, the Ocean Drake, which is very useful actually for IPT. I mean, obviously Mountain would have been better, but the Ocean Drake does help them because whenever the poke from Karma, Ari, and Tristana go down, of course Zillion, they can always just regen and then push because they kind of have innate wave clear with the Victor, and of course the Ezreal can poke as well.
They can even just poke back with this Victor and Ezreal. And mentioning that, I think what allowed the IPT as well to fish out Tamsu dun sa red side jungle niya mismo is the deep wards kanina. Nakalagay doon malapit sa Raptor Camp at sa mismong red camp dito ni Tamsu. So IPT clearly knows how to make the play in a sense na when JLC teleport in the mid lane or rather use the Stand United, ay baback up din yung ibang members because they know that Tamsu can be around. And this is the same playstyle really ng IPT na ginawa nila against Jengski. Send again multiple members but this time in a sense na when they send multiple members, they are watching out for the jungle. Hindi mismo on the lane itself because right now pretty much itong mid lane na to check na ni Light. There will be a face check.
Kulit.
Yep.
Wow, Calculated did not chase.
Of course. Of course.
I find that weird because he had Spirit Rush and Ignite, and Kulit was 30% health. So I'm not sure. He must have been afraid because he doesn't know.
Yeah, maybe
Light might have followed up. I'm not sure, but
maybe Light or accounting for JLC's Stand United. Pero it's very likely kakaklash lang din kanina. And more so siya yung una nakita ng Stand United doon. So maybe he's supposed to have the
we go again.
First idea kung saan magagaling yung ano. Pero rather it's this time to go all in. The Ignite has been used. Oh my god. Laga's vision there, of course. Flash in and go all in. Don't walk! You know, there's gonna be the flash burn, of course.
Oh my god. Okay, so he did go for it the second time, but he wasn't as lucky. Kasi mas madali na yung pag-flash out dun because you do have the wall and he ran out of Spirit Rush charges. So he actually is forced out of lane, I think, the third time now.
Yes.
And he is behind in CS. So Calculated, I'm sorry to say, but you're probably not going to scale significantly anymore.
Yeah,
we are 12
like
minutes in. It's a 2k gold lead.
More than 6 minion waves
then. That's really big. And you're actually going to... Okay, so the first blood turret is actually even going to go over to mid. So this is what we were talking about. And it's why it's the featured matchup then. Kasi when you have to look at Light and Calculated and Light's champion pool, Calculated mechanics-wise, he used to be somewhat reliable, but it's really not... He's really not as strong as he was because of the way mid lane works now. He doesn't really play a lot of the mid lane meta champions anymore. And another thing I guess I wanted to point out na importante rin, because AEX ran this double mage composition, they lack, well, earlier I mentioned they lack frontline. And usually, innately, yung mga frontline natin yun, sila Malphite for example, first comes to mind, they always have some form of CC.
Yeah.
So the problem is now, if AEX needs to get picks, and they need CC, they actually lack it because they have double mages who don't have reliable CC. So you only have the Tether and the double bomb from Zillion, which is not exactly reliable. So what are you relying on now? It's either the Charm or the Tunnel.
Yes.
And those are not, we wouldn't really consider them as reliable and significant CC to win team fights.
Yeah, I'd say mas heavy pa rin yung effect ng Strangle Thorns and also the Grasping Nodes as well.
Exactly.
Not to mention the surprise of the shield and the thought ng Shen dito. What I want to mention as well is that pagpasok ng mid-game, I'm not so sure about the tankiness of Tamsu rin.
Yeah, exactly.
By design, of course.
And he's building Tiamat. So
kailangan, yun na nga, kasi naka-Tiamat nga, it's a pretty standard pickup naman sa isang Rek'Sai. Pero clearly, the next fights here, sa dalawang team na to, AEX may wanna think twice of taking the next fights and maybe off for a few minutes to just take picks. Just take picks if possible, okay? Kasi ngayon, I'm not seeing so good kung 5-5 collapse.
Yeah, I mean,
dito.
Yung problema AEX is actually losing all their lanes. Karma's big lane advantage was only going to last, like I said earlier, up until the tanky items came in. And JLC, meron na siyang Spectre Skull and Bami Cinder. So at this point, it's actually already difficult to push out the Shen using the Karma.
Bami Cinder enough na yun to actually offset the wave clear na pwedeng gawin ng Karma Q.
Yeah, so when you look at the win condition of AEX, which we thought of earlier, which was really just trying to get the picks, if they don't even have the CC to lock down the Victor, for example, or the Ezreal, then there's really, the chances of them being able to pick out these champions is really small. So let's see what's gonna happen here. Well, there is no side bush ward, so I don't think Endless Ace has a good place to teleport.
You could see as well kung
might
paano
be a free bot turret, but the double bomb
from Canon
is still there.
Nice, yeah, good thing lang na support si Canon dito, so medyo kulang yung damage. Do take note as well that Shen is actually going to put pressure in the mid lane despite the siege. This is a 4 against 3 siege. Gonna go for the pokes and rather AEX. So ito na yung adjustment ng AEX. No committance, kahit nakakuha ng double bomb, they know that they have the numbers disadvantage. There's also an instance na anytime pwedeng dumating si Shen. Calculated is back in the mid lane. Let's see, kailangan talaga nila mag-ingat. Isa lang na makasalo ng Strangle Thorns or ng
IPT
Grasping
set this up
Roots.
so well. because they pushed in mid so that Calculated would be stalled at mid. And then they warded the river, so if Calculated tries to roam to bot lane, they'll know when to back out. So lahat ng backdoor dito na pwede pamputahan ni Calculated, na block out na. So he has no choice. He has to push in the mid lane. And JLC had teleport and stand united. So all opportunities to try and fight that play, I think, were pretty much blocked by IPT.
A very weird chess game here, really. And Calculated has no idea that it is spotted by that Pixel Brush ward. Okay,
no.
Chaos Storm gets used. It's now unavailable. Right now, IPT medyo nalilito sila.
no.
Saan sila papasok para sa AEX? But they're gonna send, you know, 2 members here. Make that 3 and make that all of the squad of IPT collapsing here against Cannon. Forced to use his ultimate, gonna stay in the gravity field. That's -1 against AEX. Do take note na wala na rin sa support dito. And look at that! Members of IPT! All of them going 1 by 1 as Endless Ace comes in big with a triple kill. May go for a quadra kill. 17 minutes into the game. What is that?
Huge mistake by IPT. 2 ults were burned for 1. So I hope we get a replay of that because what happened was that IPT, they got completely disoriented by the push of Calculated into the river. So what IPT does is Light puts down the Chaos Storm, and then because bot lane was so awkward and Victor was already moving in, someone made a call, and that call totally backfired.
And might be JLC.
This should have never happened. They shouldn't have done this because now you lost Stand United, you lost Chaos Storm, and you only burned the cannon ult. And now at this point, it's all over because then 3 ults for 1. All Calculated had to do was to Spirit Rush in. No Chaos Storm, no disengage because Zyra's ult was also gone. And so all the tools they had to counter this engage were already used up before the fight even started. So that was a huge mistake from IPT.
And I'd say that is the ideal fight for AEX.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
ang namatay lang doon si Rek'Sai, si Tamsu. Well, hindi pa siya tanky, pero siya yung supposed tank, okay? So, hindi pa siya tanky, siya yung supposed tank. So, kung ano yung backline na nagbibigay ng damage para sa AEX, nagagawa nila. And, actually, yung nakakuha ng quadra kill, is actually the lane na hindi natalo ng AEX, which is si Endless Ace. Sobrang ideal niya. And not to mention, yun na nga, all ultimates on cooldown after that engage. Nung nakuha doon si Cannon, they shouldn't have stayed. You know, AEX, isang malaking power ng AEX is the re-engage. They can definitely re-engage in the instance that they know and they manage to account for your cooldowns, okay? Kayang-kaya kanila i-punish. That's one power of AEX there. And in an instant, ladies and gentlemen, 30k gold mark. Lahat ng nilamang ng IPT early on, nawala.
Isang team fight lang.
Isang team fight lang.
And I guess I can't help but be disappointed that IPT would make such an aggressive call. It really, halata mo na na sobrang pilit ng engage na yun. They were probably wondering, well, we're all here. I might as well flash in.
Probably got complacent because of the lead that they have in the early game. That's one. Okay, so we're gonna be having Kulit here on the Reef Herald. Reef Herald still not resetting. Gonna go for Tamsu, knowing that he's quite squishy. Tunnel out. The blue buff will join this fight. And yep, at least the Reef Herald is gonna go on a reset. Rather, multiple members are to be sent here. We might be seeing our second mid-game fight. And of course, you still have to respect Light's damage. Cannon not even allowed to use his ultimate.
Ano ginagawa ni Lolo? Ba't mo lalabanin ni Victor ng 1v1?
Walang ultimate, man.
Lolo naman.
Ili-laser ka yan. With the Shin procs. Wala pa ang Shin.
No. Never, ever do that.
I think, kaya i-one combo ni Light. Seeing Gen B dito tsaka si Cannon.
Yeah, anyway, so really, Light's huge lead is one of the main things that IPT can use to still have a lead here. Kasi kahit na nag-even out yung gold, who that gold went to is really the bigger issue here. Kasi the 4 kills that actually went to Endless Ace, if possible, that should have gone to Gen B. Kasi that's what's going to carry them to match their late game. Kasi when you look at the carries on both AEX and IPT, the late game carries, it's gonna be Tristana versus Victor and Ez. So you need the Tristana to be bring out as much damage ideally as both of those champions just to even out yung late game. So, but the problem was it went to Endless Ace. So now there's this weird awkward situation where you have a 4-0 Karma and she doesn't know what to do with it. Kasi tapos na yung power spike niya eh. We're at 20 minutes in and all she can do is keep empowering her Q and hope that it pushes the wave.
Do take note, magic resistance is being built na here para kay Light. Not to mention na hindi lamang yan para kay kay Calculated,
Also
kundi para
Zillion.
talaga kay Endless Ace, para rin kay Zillion.
Yeah.
And actually, ganun kaganda yung lamang ni Light na hindi niya kinailangang i-rush yung Abyssal Scepter early on. Kaso lang, nag-scale talaga si Endless Ace dito. So, rather, we have a reset here in our map. It's gonna be like another lead again. Go for the split push, basa ulit, put down the vision. And rather, it's gonna be a chase here by Endless Ace. Hate knows he can be clapped on here by Endless Ace. Not gonna go for an engage kahit pa nandoon si JLC.
My
So,
God. Actually, I would have liked to seen him try.
Yeah.
Pero I would have liked to see him try, but that's not gonna happen. Dragon is live, and it's gonna be the Infernal, which AEX could really use, but... Oh, actually, they pushed the bot lane, so they might have time, but it's still very risky. Mid lane is also pushed in. JLC does have TP, he does have Stand United, and Victor, 1E, and that just cancels out the mid lane push. So
this is such a nice match.
risky.
Look at the condition, okay? So, sobrang even ng gold, sobrang even ng kill. Pati rin sa Drake natin, Ocean plus Mountain. The next Drake, okay, is an Infernal. There's also a Baron available. And right now, accounting for this turrets available in the Summoner's Reap, like, there are objectives everywhere.
Yeah.
So, you know, unlocking ngayon ang basa mapa natin. Lots of options.
AEX.
Push, but rather, it's going to be a rush here in the bottom lane. Let's see, walang reaction ngayon dito.
There's no
IPT.
Kha'Zix here, so they can't go for the burst kill. And AEX is actually going to back out. They're going to rush the Dragon now, I think.
Yeah, and IPT is looking to get a shutdown on Endless Ace.
Yeah, this is going to be Kha'Zix moving in.
And the minimap, guys, yan. Tingnan po natin yan. So, okay, that's part of the vision. Okay,
Kulit
so
gonna
that is
back
spoiled.
out.
That is spoiled. Okay.
Let's see what they plan to do. The Infernal is still up in AEX.
One
Okay,
minute.
Endless Ace has the TP.
Yeah.
And Calculated is here.
1 minute
Rek'Sai
on
is pushing
Infernal,
mid.
Oh. They could actually stay here for the next 30 seconds,
Yeah.
really. One wave for the siege ulit. Then they could rotate. Just make sure that they get a vision for this one because merong ward doon sa bandang blue side when they rotate for the Infernal Drake at dumaan siya sa corridor na yan. IPT has a clear idea, and one of the worst scenario really here for AEX is to be taking an Infernal Drake, then with a Chaos Storm rushing onto them!
Oh
Okay.
my God,
No
the
shutdown. Okay,
Q.
they need to back out. They need to back out. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so that's gonna be all skills.
Oh!
IPT amounting to a kill against the mid lane. This is gonna be a big threat against AEX for that Infernal.
And AEX makes the same mistake that IPT just did. They overcommitted. Calculated landed the EQ with the Ignite. That should have been enough. But he Spirit rushed in. Again, as an Ahri player before, that is a very, very tempting thing to do. But never, ever fall for that.
Yes.
Never fall for that.
Especially with the burst na kaya.
Yeah, so, I mean, Ezreal had all his cooldowns up, so he just literally burned everything. And that actually botted the Infernal Drake. So, totally worth it.
Can the God Tamsu make it? Can he?
No.
No. So that's gonna be the Smite Wonder by Kulit, ladies and gents. So malaki yan. Infernal Drake in the hands of IPT.
And not just that, no. I mean, AEX gave up a lot when they made that mistake. Kasi nung nakita natin yung play kanina, we were saying that they actually had a lot of options. You know, they had control of bot lane. I was gonna mention na si Karma actually sobrang laking istorbo niya sa top kasi hindi maka-TP si JLC papuntang bot. So, when that happens actually, what AEX does is they take away the only front line of IPT. So, it now becomes, ang nangyayari, if you take away JLC from the team fight, then Tamsu becomes the only tank in the fight when they go 4v4.
Yeah.
So, sobrang delikado nun for IPT because
Yes.
no one will tank.
No one will tank.
If Endless Ace is keeping JLC busy. So, yun yung maganda. Pero, again, because of that one single mistake, they gave up Dragon control, they gave up bot lane control, and they also gave up top lane control because now Endless Ace has to go back to try and contest maybe this Baron,
And
which will be a bit difficult now.
Calculated may wanna watch out talaga kasi Light may come to a point na kaya niyang i-bypass yung Tanganes dito ni Tamsu. Okay?
Yeah.
With the damage that he is racking up right now.
Oh, Blade of the Ruined King up next for 8, and that is gonna really hurt Tamsu. So we'll have to see what they decide to do next. But the next objective,
it has higher damage, which works so well pagdating sa item scalings mo, sa AD scalings mo na mga skill. So things are looking gloomy once again here for AEX.
1k gold lead though, so there's still hope even the turret scores even.
Yung Infernal Drake kasi yung laking problema dito tsaka si Light.
Yeah.
Ideal scenario ulit, ideal fight ulit ang kailangan dito ng AEX. With Light not surviving that fight. Yan, sure yan. Kasi I don't see AEX winning a fight here
Yeah.
with Light around. Okay.
IPT is gonna have to play the mind game.
Yep.
Kasi yun ang nangyayari ngayon, medyo awkward eh. This Karma is really a big nuisance right now kasi it's really preventing IPT from confidently team fighting. Again, we have to point out, JLC is the one who usually starts the fight.
Yeah.
But if you keep him busy, then IPT is very hesitant to try and engage.
No main initiate, I'd say.
Exactly. So now, what IPT has to do is to play the mind game. JLC will stay atop, and he has to be able to select the perfect time where he will leave top lane and make a TP play without giving up the inner turret. So that's actually quite difficult. But it's one of the things that JLC can do. He has to push it out just enough.
And look at this.
Na makapag-teamfight
Kung
sila.
paano pa ito gagawing awkward ng AEX. It's
they
actually
got a turret.
Gen V split pushing. Okay, gonna send hate. Take note. Gen V, he look back. He gets spotted there by hate. Is he? Yes, he gets spotted there by hate. The chase is on. Here in the reverse side, Ganon will be forced to flash away despite the chrono ship, knowing that there won't be enough backup for him. Calculated though. He may want to run. Yes, he will. But that's gonna be hate. Seeing on the other side of the map, securing a kill against the ADC of AEX. A standoff here. Take note, only 4 members are remaining here for AEX. Another Infernal is on its way and a Baron as well. IPT is gonna go for demolition work in this mid lane. Inner turret.
Bad choice for AEX. They sacrificed way too much just to be able to take the bottom inner turret.
Of course.
They gave up bot lane actually just now because Tristan is dead. And then Ari and Zillion both get caught. Zillion has to burn the flash, and this may even cost them the Baron now. It'll not be hard for Ezreal to just catch up and run over the Baron. So again, let's see how IPT responds. It's always about how the team that gets the kills will translate it into objectives. AEX is actually pushing hard onto this mid lane turret, and IPT didn't have time to take the Baron.
And look at that.
So
IPT
this
is
is a
even
really
willing
crucial
to
moment now.
defend the outer mid lane turret. Okay, yep. You can see there na a true shot barout's been used.
JLC.
Just to make sure that they gain control in terms of minions. Dito sa mid lane, malaking problema to kung Baron tsaka Infernal Trick yung magiging available na naka-push out mid lane dito ng AEX. They may want to at least take the outer mid lane turret just to open up for the play against the Infernal Baron. But rather, here's another dive here. Calculated receives the ultimate from Cannon. And now gonna be flashing away. Light is on the chase. They have a clear idea of where Hate is. So Light will continue. Gets the movement speed from his Q. But here comes...
Oh my God!
Did not connect the Q. Okay, but that leaves Calculated to be able to walk away. Gen B, I think this... AX should call it twists. Okay, pero rather, ang problema dito is baka maging opener to para makakuha ng Baron ang IPT. But, look at that, hindi uuwi. See? Gen B is gonna go for the...
Again, no, it's all for the Zyra kill.
Yeah.
So they really forced the kill in. Will IPT go for Baron?
Yeah,
Karma's actually pushing.
that is the real call talaga. Knowing na uuwi lahat ng membro dito ng AEX, one technique would be at least leave a tunnel sana on this Baron pit. So, will they face check this one? Do take note, this only 4 members of IPT. The strongest one though, they've secured the Baron. Will AEX take the fight? That is going to be IPT chase. Endless aces here. It's kind of way too late. Yes, as you could see that members of IPT would just walk away. Empowered recall as they get clear vision of where AEX will arrive. So, ang gagawin lang lamang ng AEX dito is, let's go for the push. Both of these two teams really aiming to at least take something away from each other.
Yeah, yun na nga eh. Yun na nga yung problema. And I guess, at this stage of the game, we're at a stage where kung sino man yung gagawa ng full-on high-risk, high-reward play na yun, actually the risk is much bigger on AEX. Kasi the more times you take a high risk and it goes wrong, the more feeding you're doing for Victor and Ezreal, and they're going to be much stronger in the late game. So overall, IPT's composition looks much better for the late game.
Yep,
and I think AEX is starting to feel the pressure, which is why gumagawa sila ng mga play na ganun na. Kasi feeling nila, guys, this is a late game comp. We have to be able to do something. And this might be, will they get a steal?
Yeah, Tamsi is there. This is a smite battle. There's a reset. IPT knows that one. Tamsi knows it as well. But JLC is being punished so hard. Do take note na para sa laban na to, Tamsi could withstand the damage of the Infernal Drake. Now, awkwardly, AEX is in the position to take the Infernal Drake. Meron pa rin chrono ship na available. Chaos Storm gets used. Who will get it? It's gonna be calculated. Latin on the CC. Oh! Land gets clapped on! Jelby secures that kill. He gets resets though. Will he make the jump? He gets the ult.
Oh,
It's
wow.
a double kill for Gen V. And that's how it is. That cannon flashes in. The flash plays from AEX. Save the Empire.
Oh my
Save the dream.
God. How
Oh,
many?
Alam mo yung hype ka na? Oh my God, AEX! Tapos flash in, no ult. Flash in, no ult, Zillion. Come on, Ganon.
Flashes into Hate's Q.
Oh,
God, that
nanonood si Baynon.
It was horrible to watch.
Yeah, okay. As in,
Anyway, let's see if they can get this mid lane turret. It's actually going down quite quickly. Red buff actually doing the work to chip down that. Wow. So it actually. Wait, which turret went down? I didn't see, but yeah.
yeah, on a different lane yata. Top lane.
So if you take a look at the team fight, it was actually very awkward because the JLC was moving in the front line, assuming that his team would take the dragon.
Yes,
But because it took so long, the dragon was taken by AEX instead, and they can actually even out the fight kasi si Light, humarap siya.
Yep.
He went in front because JLC could not frontline, and that was the biggest error. The moment that JLC got too low, no one could take the damage from Tristana and Ari. Yun lang, may flash in. Pero yeah, let's take that out of the replay. Let's forget that happened.
And that would prompt JLC nga, sinabi mo kanina, to walk away.
Yeah.
Tapos you just use the Stand United to join the fight. Pero, for that case, with the shield of the Karma, yung Karma shield plus Ultimate Zillion works better than the Stand United really against Light. You could see na, ayun nga, ideal fight!
Yeah.
Mapatay mo si Light kung ikaw ang AEX. So, ina naman po mga kaibigan.
32 minutes in.
32 minutes in. Both of these two teams has an Infernal Drake in their pocket. Guys, ito nga po kaya namin hinahype to. Ito ang laban. Ito yung dalawang team na naglaban sa Rampage 2016. And I cannot emphasize yung mga kaibigan nyo na hindi nanonood ngayon kung ano yung nami-miss out nila sa laban na to ng dalawang team na to.
It's a race.
It's a race. It's a race. One-sided race though. AEX is forcing things here in the mid lane.
And that's a race against Baron as well. The bot lane of IPT does respond. And it's going to be IPT now pushing in bot lane against the Karma. The Karma, though, there's no one there. So, obviously, Karma wins the wave clear fight.
I don't think a Shen is the best option to go for like a base race, lalo na sa pagpupush. But rather, multiple members here of AEX to be sent against JLC.
Oh my God.
There's going to be the teleport. No cancel on that one. And yes, he will stand United away. Okay, the teleport. Teleport is safe.
So, it's all about...
Okay, calculated, ladies and gentlemen. Gonna Spirit Rush. And yep, there is the DOT as well as the follow-up damage ng laser natin. Picks na naman ng IPT. Again, IPT is one team that is very capable in punishing you for your punishable acts.
Just when I was about to say that AEX had an opening, Calculated and Gen V, the two main damage dealers, go down. And yeah, so this is gonna be a huge sacrifice.
Yeah, this is an inhibitor. Very likely. Yan natin kung kaya nilang ma-clear to kasi they would need the Zillion Bomb, Karma. Okay, so there would be enough defense for them. Pero rather, there's gonna be the taunt connecting though on time. So here comes the dive. This is gonna be the turret focus here by IPT, knowing that they cannot touch the back line here. And yep, it is the inhibitor, but do take note that 4 seconds, make that 2 seconds calculated would be available. It is time for AX to go for the chase. It is time for IPT to fall back because they are definitely not in the position to take this fight. Endless Ace may go for the chase. Okay, gets zoned out by the laser. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is IPT taking home the inhibitor of AEX.
Yeah, so again, big mistake from AEX. Calculated, getting out of position. Hindi ko lang kung bakit nasa Tribrush siya at that time, honestly. I don't know what he was doing, overextending at such a crucial point in the game. It's kind of a solo queue mistake to go far in without vision, which actually I wanted to point out because in terms of vision, AX is not doing so well.
Alam mo,
And
Pinoy
that's
na
the
Pinoy.
difference.
Yung playstyle ng AX dito, Pinoy na Pinoy.
Well, to be fair,
as in,
may semblance naman of macro play.
May macro, yes, of course.
It's just that in terms of vision,
the mistakes talaga, napaka-highlight.
yeah,
Sobrang,
exactly. Yung mga flash
ang
in.
hirap i-emphasize nung, ang hirap hindi ma-emphasize nung mga mistake dito ng AEX because they're very, very capable of taking the fight against IPT. So, yun lang ang alisin eh. Yun lang ang alisin dito ng AEX and things would look so good for them.
If they just stop overcommitting. Stop overcommitting, and you would do fine. But they've lost a bit of their side lane control. Bot lane and top lane are pushing in, and Baron is coming up in around 50 seconds. Looking at the itemization, everyone's starting to approach.
Yeah,
their 6 item lead. No more, actually no Iceborne Gauntlet from Hate, so he did decide to go for the... Wow, he actually went for...
QSS.
Yeah. So there's very... Again, Kulang na nga si... Oh my god!
Okay, he's planting calculated as well. Calculated once again as well. Shen is delivered here for this fight. Okay, they have a vision still.
Oh my.
There's gonna be hate. Zoning out members here of AEX. They may need their tank. Yun din yung malaking tanong dito. There is a call for a shipping playstyle ni Tamsu to body block those skill shots. Okay?
Definitely.
To the species.
He's got the Spirit Visage and he didn't build the team at any further, which is good. Kasi he actually needed to be the front line, so he just rushed for the tank items. Side lanes, again, are still pushing. And bot lane and top lane, really, it's quite dangerous now. But AEX just want to set up this Baron. It's all about this team fight at 36 minutes in with a 2k gold lead only. Anything could happen at this point. It's a huge swing of whoever gets this Baron.
Very curious really kung gaano nga ba papasok yung Blade of the Ruin King dito kasi kaya nag-denied na kinailangan pang mag Tear of the Goddess proc dito ni Ez tapos kailangan niya pa mag Trinity Force and Blade of the Ruin King has been buffed pero for early game.
Yeah,
not
with
really.
Flat damage.
Yeah, pero kung late game because of the attack speed reduction. Ayan, nerf for the late game. Okay, kulit! That is so much committing. Okay.
Yeah, but he is gonna back out.
Okay.
Did he use his ult? Actually, yeah, he used his ult, so he won't have that if we have a Baron fight. Side lane, bot lane is actually pushing in. Karma has the TP.
That
Problem is, with the TP, he doesn't have anywhere to TP to except for that bush that we can see right there. So, this is actually a bit dangerous. JLC pushing in top lane. They've lost all side lane control.
Yeah, but rather what would AEX do is go for the push in the mid lane as well.
Oh my god,
they can easily respond.
Going all the way.
Yeah, all the way. There's a ping as well from IPT. Recall is called here by IPT. And that's how you stop a Baron.
This is so familiar.
That's how you stop a Baron.
This is so familiar.
Yes,
They're
man.
gonna get
This is Rampage. You know, AEX, Tristana, on Gen V. Okay, Demolition Crew, ladies and gents. But still, they have to respect again the damage of IPT. Good thing they got a movement speed.
Yeah, hate hurts like hell.
Yes.
Right now. So you really cannot underestimate hate with this insane Q damage. He's actually just totally erasing
yung auto-attack na yung hindi improve, pero yung AD na, yung hawak ng AD ngayon, ang sakit nun.
Exactly.
Because of the buff on BRK.
Let's see what's gonna happen here. Oh no! Tamsu!
Okay,
oh my
Tamsu,
god.
there's gonna be a flash on Kulit, knowing nobody can respond! Gen B! Gen B! Run, Gen B! He's... Okay.
Okay.
Okay, man. Seriously.
Reset,
that could be the game. That could be the game.
Baron is being started. Is there any vision? No vision.
Yup, and where will there be a...
Gen B is pushing mid.
Okay, yes. Okay,
And
so
Rek'Sai
will this
uses
be
the ult.
our sacrifice? AEX could actually just stall the recall here. And JLC,
Oh my God,
though... Canada gets bursted. That's one member gone for AEX. Light's gonna be putting down and removing all the members here of AEX. Okay, Hate is also on a rampage. This time he is killed. 2 members gone for AEX. Calculated.
Massive
Will be
recall.
opting, to defend the base.
Yeah, so it's now a 1-1 inhib trade.
Yes.
Oh no! Gen B, why did
my
you...
god, the flash in! Here comes Hate! Isang Reeve in lang at Cube to get the snipe against Gen B. Gen B, no kiting! Hate connected to the Elder Drake pit! Oh my god, okay.
Why... Gen B, why did you cancel your recall? Why did you cancel the recall?
Talaga? Patapos na
He
yung
canceled the recall, I think. I think he did because sabay sila ni Endless Ace, and Endless Ace is at base now. So I don't know why he canceled, but that did cost them because now Gen V, well, he's late to the party. They could have possibly contested the Elder.
Yes.
Because I think, there was a slight chance that Endless Ace might have been able to steal that with an empowered Q, but again, that's Baron, that's Elder. You have the 2 late-game buffs on IPT who have a late-game comp with a pretty big gold lead. So
this might be Destiny playing against us. Do take note that in Rampage 2016,
yeah, it happened.
the final game,
It happened.
IPT has the Elder, IPT has the Baron. Okay? And you could see the pushing power of Gen B's Tristana right now. So
This is just too familiar kasi IPT, after that huge disappointing game from Rampage.
not
this has to
disappointing,
feel
frustrating.
Yeah. No, and disappointing on IPT side. They were expecting to win against the underdogs.
Get the momentum na sana for Game 5 yun eh.
Exactly, and this has to be a weird position similar to what yung pinag-usapan natin kanina na Rox SKT, where you can't help but feel that because you've lost to this team so many times, something really crazy might happen.
Okay, Spirit Rush in! That's the name of the game. Of course, he has the Zillion Ultimate, but this is an option for IPT to re-engage. AEX may want to fall back. Here comes the Benga flashing in. Calculated is gone. Tapsu is low. Inhibitor turret is available. And JLC is here.
God, Endless Ace, how did he die?
Yeah.
I didn't even see that kill, but this is probably going to be the end of the game.
Yes.
These turrets are going to burn
Yeah.
really, really quickly.
The timers are around 40 seconds. That's very, very big. Lots of damage is gone here for AEX.
And the double bomb has been used. They're moving in. Just gonna finalize this bot lane turret. Can Genvi and Tamsu 2v5?
Yeah.
I mean, Genvi is pretty painful still, but I don't know if they can. Can they push this in actually?
They have IPT has no.
Oh my
medium
god,
yet.
that damage from Genvi.
60 seconds. Genvi!
Wait, he's actually gonna get the kill on Light? Yes, he's gonna get the kill.
It's a
but there's
shutdown
a
on
Stand
Light.
United, and they have no more damage to defend this Nexus.
Calculated though, 5 seconds on calculated. Final Nexus will go down. Their ADs is
Hate.
available. With this kind of AD in the hands of Hate, ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be game 1. This is gonna be game 1 in the hands of IPT.
What a roller coaster ride.
That is a roller coaster
the
ride.
first game in this best of 3 semifinals against AEX IPT. And so
yun yung klase ng roller coaster na masasakyan mo sa Fairview. Hindi yung hindi yung high quality na roller coaster.
yes, yung jeep mismo.
Ayun yung roller coaster na pang
Oh my god.
Yun yung roller coaster na pang UP Fair, mga ganon. Perya. My god, man.
Pero what an insane game 1. It was okay. It wasn't even a clean roller coaster. It was a messy roller coaster. For both of them. They both made a lot of mistakes in this game. And honestly, it really felt like they could have won at any point. Even with the Elder and the Baron on IPT's hands. AEX still had a chance with that little ambush that they were planning to do. It's just that Endless Ace died early and calculated Spirit Rushed in. I don't know, but that would have been a very different game if AEX had probably had a more reliable front line to engage to make those ballsy plays. Kasi AEX needs some champion na masusuportahan yung playstyle na ganun where they can go in for the kill, where Genvi can flash in and not care about what's gonna happen to him. Pero,
Hindi na nga natin napansin na lumabas yung Search and Win promo code.
Oh, yeah.
Yung Search and Win link natin, ladies and gentlemen, biggest congratulations sa Summoners na nanalo niyan. Nagandang for that game. Ang mistakes doon ng IPT, overcommitting, using the cooldowns, textbook mistakes.
Yeah.
Yung mistakes ng AEX,
they were
out
weird.
of this world mistakes talaga. I feel like IPT enters this best of 3 series with a bigger discipline compared to AEX. Now, okay guys, to give you an idea, AEX is a very capable team of adjusting. Ayun lang. And nakita nyo naman yung skill level nila, pero seriously, the flash-ins, those jump, again, the option, there are a lot of high-risk, high-reward game, and yung part na high-risk doon, na kinukuha ng AEX na natatalo talaga sila, is actually translating heavily on them losing the game mismo. The big question is, kung hindi ba tumalon doon si Trix na ginawang 1-for-1 against Light, may chance pa ba kaya sila, di ba? Mga ganong klaseng tendency. Kung hindi nila tinuloy, kung hindi nag-spirit rush in doon si Calculated, kasi hindi nag ang ganda sana nun kung meron talagang lumapit man lang in range of the charm, at least they could massacre and put it a -1. Pero pinilit pa talagang spirit rush.
Pinilit talaga nila.
Maraming pilit na moments. And that kind of discipline, yun yung kailangan dito ng AEX, which I know they can. I know they can. Ayun sana.
Again, it's really I have a feeling it's the pick and ban, although obviously macro play-wise, AEX and IPT both had a lot of mistakes. But IPT, they really did come out as the more kagaya na sinabi mo, more disciplined team. My main worry is that IPT have more cards up their sleeve. What does AEX have left? Kasi when you look at, this is a best of 3. This isn't just a one-game thing. Does AEX have anything left to surprise IPT with, considering their relatively small champion pools? That's really what I'm looking forward to seeing. Kasi AEX, again, they're the masters of off-meta, but how many times can they diversify that off-meta strategy?
And sobrang heavy ng game 1. For this best of 3 series between these two teams. AEX and IPT. I was predicting na IPT yung mananalo dito, just observing for their performance against Jengski and their discipline as a team. Pero there's a part of me na being convinced by me na AEX, sabi ko, tingnan natin yung game 1. Yung game 1 talaga yung mag-set na to. And right now, that kind of momentum, again, we are in, guys, for another moment of an AEX miracle.
Yeah.
Will the Empire be saved?
I mean, the reverse sweep, there's
what?
always a chance.
Kasi among all teams of PGS, guys, it's AEX na sobrang capable nun. So, para naman sa inyo, isang miracle para sa Summoners natin ngayong hapon for the first game ng ating Best of 3 series for the semifinals ng playoffs. We got the Guess That Pro promo. So, lalabas ang overlay natin and we have this professional player. He is
the one of the newest members of AEX. He has played 14 unique champions in the regular season of PGS 2017 Spring and the former support of Naga Esports. Again, kung nakinig kayo kanina, sobrang halata na kung sino yan.
Check ko yung champion pool niya. Actually, hindi na, yung regular season 14 pero nadagdagan ng isa.
Yeah.
Ngayong game na to, so nadagdagan na naman. He just wants that streak. He just wants that streak. Talagang
and to be fair, it actually
siya yung pinaka-fit doon. The discipline of this player, no? And the cool thing about him is that ito yung split niya, I'd say.
Yeah.
Ito yung split na sobrang nag-shine siya ng grabe. I'd say, with that kind of record then, among all players, kahit simple lang yun, malaking bagay yun. In competitive season, you got 14 different champions on the regular season. Okay, guys, that professional player, para sa link natin, yung tama nakasagot niyan, that's gonna be Endless Ace. Hindi kailangan ng AEX. Endless Ace lamang, mga kaibigan. Yung Karma kanina na nag-4-0. At biglang nawala actually nung final clash.
Yeah, actually.
For some reason, let's see how will he bounce back. Will he pick up the same champion? Okay, just to adjust.
Anything could happen after game 1.
Yes, anything could happen after game 1. Do take note, guys, na game set na po dito sa second game natin, ang IPT.
Yeah.
If they take this victory, they will go to the finals. Okay?
Against Mineski, who are just waiting for the next opponent.
Or will we see a legendary 1-1 series na naman? AEX ang pinag-uusapan natin dito, guys. AEX ang pinag-uusapan natin dito. So, guys, that's gonna be game 1 in the second day of the playoffs. We have been your shoutcasters for this game. I am Shinbu with a 1 for an I. And of course, with me is Amplifier. This is the playoffs for the Pro Gaming Series 2017 Spring Split, powered by Bagos Energy Drink. Drive your energy, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be back for game 2. Make that all of the squad of IPT collapsing here against Garena. Forced to use his ultimate, gonna stay in the grabbing kill. That's -1 against AEX. Do you know na wala na rin sa support dito? And look at that! Members of IPT! All of them going 1 by 1 as Endless Ace comes in big with a triple kill. May go for a quadra kill. 17 minutes into the game. What is that?
Huge mistake.
Lamsu knowing that is quite squishy. Tunnel out the blue buff will join this fight. And yep. At least the Herald is gonna go on a reset. Rather, political members are reset here. We might be seeing okay, ladies and gentlemen. So that's gonna be all skills. IPT. The position to take the Infernal Break. Meron pa rin chronoship na available. KS1 gets used. Who will get it? It's gonna be calculated. Landing on the CC. Land gets slapped on. Jagby secures that kill. He gets resets though. Will he make the jump? He gets the wow. It's a double kill for Jagby. And that's how it is. That kind of flashes in. The flash plays from AEX. Save the Empire.
Oh my.
Save the beat. Canada gets bursted. That's one member gone for AEX. Life's gonna beam. Putting down and removing all the members here of AEX. Okay, Hade is also on the run. That's the name of the game. Of course, he has the Zillion ultimate, but this is an option for IPT to re-engage. AEX may want to fall back. Here comes the Benga flashing in, calculated his gun. Hamza is low. The inhibitor turret is available. And JLC is here.
God, Endless Ace, how did he die? 2v5. Yeah. I mean, Jeffy's pretty painful still, but
they have IPT, guys.
Oh my god, that damage from Jeffy.
Wait seconds, Jeffy!
Wait, he's actually gonna get the kill on life? Yes, he's gonna get the kill, but then and then they have no more damage to defend this thing.
Calculated though, 5 seconds is calculated. Final Nexus will go down. Their ADs is available with this kind of AD in the hands of Hade. Ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be game 1. This is gonna be game 1 in the hands of IPT.
What a roller coaster ride.
That is a roller coaster ride.
First game in this best of
Over to Cool Kitty.
mga kaibigan.
SYSCY Hasten.
โอ้ไม่ทันได้ทัน
Tập sự chỉ còn 200 bóng.